the older generation is bound to retire soon, and a lot sooner than later. And I think we're going to be losing something that I don't think a lot of people understand, that when we lose them, we lose repercussions. Because that older generation, that was the guys fighting on the other side of the gate. They were going out past it on break time if they needed to. You know, the ratio from hurt feelings to busted jaws back then was a good 50-50. Nowadays, it's kind of transitioned into 90% hurt feelings, an hour in HR, and a slap on the wrist, and bullies are just getting away with whatever they want to nowadays. And yeah, they'll get fired, but they'll just go somewhere else and bully somebody else. I think the biggest thing that the older generation had down pat was when it came to a head and it was time to handle something, you fucking handled it. You know, there was no messing around with HR, talking about your feelings and things like that. When someone treated you wrongly or someone else near you got treated wrongly, you handled the situation like it needed to be handled. And I feel like we're going in a direction to where that's not going to be an available thing. Now, obviously, violence is never the answer, but neither is just letting people bully and get away with whatever they want to and filling out paperwork hoping it stops. I think that's one of the biggest things that when I worked with all the older guys when I first started, I mean, it was cut and fucking dry, you know. You can talk shit, you can have fun, everything like that, but if you really want to get sideways with somebody, you can. They will gladly meet you on the other side of that gate, and whoever wins, they'll be a man about it, you know, it's fine, and 30 minutes later, you're back at work. Nowadays, you have people requesting safe spaces, going to HR saying, he said something to me that I didn't like. And, you know, that's not very productive to me, society-wise, workplace-wise, or anywhere else. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things we lose in the next 10 to 15 years when this generation retires, because they just didn't take no shit. And I feel like the newer generation coming in, they were raised different, and they've gone through different stuff, but I hope we don't lose repercussions. I hope whatever color they fucking dye their hair, I just hope they stand up for themselves and the person next to them, because that's what we need. And I hope that kind of sinks in for them.